Thank you. For those who haven't, please start your salad. And I wouldn't be doing my job, proper duty as a native Washingtonian, if I didn't start the evening with this. Let's go Nats! I know, that's not very black tie-ish, but come on, Washington needs a championship. So we look forward to another very inspirational evening tonight as we celebrate and honor Ochi courage. The courage to say no, or Ochi, in the face of great evil. Now, many of you know Ochi Day occurred on October 28, 1940. At 3 a.m., the Italian ambassador knocked on the doors of the Prime Minister of Greece, those very doors right there, and demanded surrender to the Axis forces. The response that inspired the world was one word, Ochi, or no. We have with us this year a reminder of that historic moment. Please look now in the center of each of your tables. You will find an exact replica of those doors on which the knock came at 3 a.m. on October 28th, emblazoned with one word to surrender, Ochi. So please enjoy. We'd like to thank those who make the work of our foundation possible, our generous donors. This support allows us to honor those who courageously defend freedom and democracy in times of war, to inform American policymakers of the profound role that Greece played in bringing about the final outcome of World War II, and to celebrate modern-day heroes around the world who exhibit Ochi courage in their fight for freedom and democracy. Our generous sponsors include the Vasilios S. and Aphrodite B. Hasiotis family as a platinum sponsor. Thank you. Our gold sponsors, the Nicholas J. and Anna K. Burris Foundation, Kalamos Investments, and Manatos and Manatos. And our silver sponsors, Jim Chanos and Kinikos Associates, William and Elizabeth Dukas, Mary J. Harris, Peter and Danielle Carmanos, the Libra Group, Howard Lorber, George and Judy Marcus, the wonderful Pettis family, Michael and Robin Saros, the Spanos family, and Mariana Spiropoulos. We have a number of bronze sponsors, those who are here with us tonight: Earth Friendly Products Ecos, Grecian Delight and the Parthenis family, John and Stella Karamanos, Dennis and Karen Meal, the Mistras family, Now This, John and Marissa Payavlis, Sigma Farm Laboratories. Thank you. And we'd like to give a special thanks to the person behind the scenes who juggles the many balls in the air that makes tonight so special, the Foundation's secret weapon, who many of you have emailed with, Elizabeth Fagan. Thank you, Liz. Now, I have with us tonight such a large number of prominent U.S. policymakers and opinion leaders that rather than run through them on the microphone, we've listed them as an insert in your dinner program. Now, we'd now like to recognize some remarkable individuals with us tonight, those who we've honored in previous years and those who we honored earlier today. And we'd ask, when I call their name, to please stand for a round of applause as we call your name and honor your Ochi courage. First, we have the very first recipient of the Jehara Service Award in 2016, Korean War veteran John Payavlis. John? Representing the 2013 Greatest Generation Award recipient, World War II veteran Christopher Meal, his son, Dennis Meal. Dennis? Representing the 2014 Greatest Generation Award recipients, World War II veterans and brothers Nicholas and Sam Burris, is Burris Foundation trustee, the Honorable B. Theodore Bazanellis. And we're honored to have with us tonight and participating in the program a real war hero. He's the recipient of the highest military honor one can receive, the Congressional Medal of Honor. It's presented by the President of the United States in the name of the U.S. Congress and given to select few soldiers who risk their own lives and go above and beyond the call of duty. For every 12,000 soldiers who fought in war over the 158 years of this award, only one of those 12,000 is selected to receive this prestigious award. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a hero's welcome to Congressional Medal of Honor recipient and Vietnam War veteran Colonel Jack Jacobs. And while sadly with every year, we have with us fewer and fewer members of the greatest generation who fought so bravely in World War II, we're thrilled to have one of them here with us tonight. And he is the son-in-law of a World War I veteran we honored earlier today. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to World War II veteran Tim Ventus. Tim? Well, I guess you know it's a special event when there are 2 standing ovations in the first 8 minutes. So. And now tonight we're honoring with our 2019 Courage Award 2 journalists who Time magazine named as their Person of the Year in 2018. And they dubbed them as guardians in the war on truth. Well, we have with us tonight 2 more such guardians honored by the Oki Day Foundation in previous years. The first is last year's recipient of the Oki Courage Award, Vladimir Kara-Murza. Vladimir? Secondly, in 2014, President Clinton introduced and nominated a Courage Award recipient and photojournalist, James Foley. Just weeks after the world lost James, his parents, Diane and John, stood on this very stage and accepted the 2014 Oki Courage Award for their son. They now honor his memory with the James Foley Legacy Foundation, which inspires moral courage. Please welcome Foley Foundation co-founder and James's proud mother, Diane Foley. Diane? Also returning to the stage from last year's program is the 2018 recipient of the Chrysostomos Award. We're honored to have with us again the chairman of the Holocaust Museum Board, Howard Lorber. And finally, we have with us tonight the 3 individuals who were honored just hours ago, a couple blocks away at the National World War II Memorial for their brave service to our country in World War I, and World War II, and the Vietnam War. These veterans today join the ranks of previous remarkable honorees, such as Bob Dole and John Glenn. Please join me in welcoming them onto the stage. First, we have the great-grandson of World War I veteran Vasilios Hasiotis, Harry Murphy. Next, we have the grandsons of World War II veteran Alex Spanos, Philip Rule, and Michael Spanos. And finally, we have a decorated Vietnam War veteran and a recipient of the Jaharis Service Award, John Calamos. John? We're looking forward to a lovely evening. Now, please watch the following video, which highlights some of the remarkable honorees in the first 8 years of the Oki Courage Awards.
The Oki Courage Award links brave freedom fighters in the world today to the examples set by the Greeks, and they answered the Nazi demand for surrender with a defiant and courageous no. By creating the Oki Courage Award, they have found a way to give voice to the voiceless and hope to people fighting for freedom in some of the darkest corners of the world. There is no corner of the world today darker than North Korea. The fact that there is someone like Ji Sung-ho with so much courage, persistence, fearlessness, and hope conveys a powerful message that the North Korean regime, with all of its nuclear weapons and its brazen threats, will not survive the resistance of its own people and their indestructible humanity.
We are joined by one more witness to the ominous nature of this regime. His name is Mr. Ji Sung-ho. Today he lives in Seoul, where he rescues other defectors and broadcasts into North Korea what the regime fears most, the truth. Your great sacrifice is an inspiration to us all. Please, thank you.
Today we honor James Foley with the 2014 Ohi Day Award for his courage and his values in defense of peace, liberty, and freedom. As a frontline journalist, he took on the important job of shining a light on some of the darkest parts of the world. He was a voice for so many who had been silenced, and he fought always to bring us the truth. He represented hope in a time and place of so much despair.
I think courage is hard to define. I think we all want to be courageous, and we think we might be, but you don't know until you are tested. His life challenges us. We can't let his death be in vain.
His life is a model of what a 21st century citizens ought to be. And now it's our turn to model his story, to share it with others.
You know, the thing is there's physical courage, right? For some reason, I have physical courage. But really, think about it, that's nothing compared to moral courage. I can go and get those shots. But if I don't have the moral courage to challenge authority, to write about things that are going to maybe have reprisals on my career, if I don't have that moral courage, we don't have journalism.
We raise our children to admire that kind of bravery and that kind of courage. We raise them to be the Davids who battle our modern-day Goliaths. We teach them to try to be like Nadia, having every reason to withdraw from the world. You summon the courage to stand up and say, no, no. On behalf of all the women in my life and all the women in this country who endured hardship, thank you for giving them courage.
عندما قلت لداعش لا.
When I told ISIS no.
هددوني ومن يعلم ربما أدفع ثمن ذلك.
They threatened me, and who knows, maybe I will pay the price for that.
ولكن بالرفض لهم وجدت نفسي إنسانة تمتلك الإنسانية.
But by refusing them, I found humanity in myself.